What's up everybody? I'm gonna show you part one of my Sephora haul. The amount of items that I ordered fit inside this box. So imagine my surprise when I open my front door and I see this box sitting on top of this size box. I was like, that is not for me. It's probably for one of my neighbors. And then I looked at it closely and I saw my name on the shipping label. I grabbed that box so fast. I thought, did Sephora just gift me a bunch of stuff? But no, well, they actually did gift me the stuff, but by accident. I'll show you the products that came inside that box, but it was a total glitch. I did not order any of those products. Am I gonna return them to Sephora and say, hey, you sent me these by mistake? Absolutely not. I'm keeping them all. We're gonna start with the Patrick Ta foundation. Now I got this when it first launched, but I got the wrong shade. And you know how it is when you get the wrong shade? It does influence what you end up thinking about the foundation. This is the right shade, but I have not put it on my face. Patrick Ta implied that this is the glowiest foundation at Sephora.
The glow that is in this product is all from the ingredients. I dare you to go into Sephora and swatch this among other luminous foundations and see who is the most luminous.
Honestly, that's not something that I am looking for. I like glow, but there's plenty of foundations that give me good glow. So I'm wondering if this is gonna be so glowy that it feels like honey on my face. This can be built up to a medium coverage. I have normal leaning to dry skin. I washed my face and I didn't apply any sort of moisturizer. So there's zero skin prep. Patrick Ta says that this type of foundation, that he formulated it in part to make his job easier. That sometimes when he's working on a client, he doesn't have the time to prep their skin. So he built that in to this foundation. I think that in order to truly see just how glowy this foundation is, we have to do the other side with a different foundation that is not as glowy, but it still claims to be glowy, which is the Fenty Soft Lit Foundation, which I talked about in my my Sephora recommendations video. All right, let's see how the finishes compare. Here they are side by side, Fenty and Patrick Ta. And yes, I think that there is a big difference in glow. I still don't think that that's the amount of glow that I want. Okay, the shade is still light for me. So this is 10N. Oh well. Is this going to set? I hope it sets at least a little bit because, whoa. Okay, that is super tacky. Okay, first impressions, this is super glowy, more than I would like. It feels like a smoothie for your face almost. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a love it or leave it situation, but right now it's on thin ice with me. Do stay tuned because I will continue to try these products several times and I will come back with a makeup updates video to give you my final thoughts backed with, you know, evidence, footage of me showing you exactly how they wore. Now onto one of the products that was unintentionally gifted to me by Sephora, the cream blush from Westman Atelier. I had this in my cart and I just hadn't pulled the trigger, so I am ecstatic that they sent it. Let's do a little swatch. Oh, that's a pretty color. And the blend is incredible. I'm gonna pick it up on my brush here. All right, let's start on the Patrick Ta side. And I want to press it lightly. I wish that it gave me more pigment payoff from the get-go because this foundation, it's so wet that I feel that I'm picking up the foundation every time that I stipple my brush into it. This is a little bit too low-key for my taste. Although it would be great for no makeup looks. Plus, this brand is expensive and it's a clean brand. Wait, let's see how long this one lasts. Impossible to tell. Look at that. I need to grab my magnifying glass. 8 months. I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have been like 3 months, just because I don't know, it's a luxury brand. They're really heavy into we're clean, and that usually comes with very short expiration dates. So 8 months at least, it beats the 6 months that the Armani liquid cheek tint lasts. Okay, very, very pretty shade. I actually do really like it. Is it worth the price? Debatable with all of the blushes out on the market, but this is first impressions only, so take this with a grain of salt. Next up, I am so excited for this palette. If you loved the Ethereal Eyes palette from Makeup by Mario, you're gonna wanna hear this. His new Moonlight palette has the exact same shimmer formula as this one, which is no longer available. This was a limited edition, and this one is also a limited edition. Ethereal Eyes was more about soft, neutral, romantic tones, whereas Moonlight has deeper shades. I'd say it's like the moody sister of Ethereal Eyes. The tones are overall much cooler, but the shimmer formula, which is what I wanted to know, is still the same, because chances are that you already have this color story, the mattes. If you picked up one of his recent palettes, his neutrals palette, here they are side by side. At first glance, they look very similar. If you have this palette, you're probably wondering, are the shimmers worth it? Because really the main reason why you would get this palette, I imagine, is because of the beautiful twinkly, sparkly shimmers. And if you have the ethereal palette, you're probably wondering, well, how do they compare, the shimmers? Are they really different enough to justify the purchase of this one? We gotta swatch them. Let's look at the shimmers side by side. All right, here we go. These are the shimmers from Ethereal Eyes. Let's draw a little separator here. Here goes Moonlight. Ooh, okay, this one is definitely different enough. Oh, let me show you how they look on my fingers. And then we have, this one is more gold. I did tell myself at the beginning of this video, this is a haul video. This is not like a dedicated reviews video. So mental note, don't go into too much detail for each product because it's gonna drag on forever, but I can't help it. These shimmers, I gotta tell you what I am seeing. And what I'm seeing is this is like a gold, a little bit of gold, a little bit of peach. It does look similar to these two, but it has more base pigment than these. These have a sheerer base, which means that the sparkles will look like they are floating on your eyelid because it has a sheer base. Let me grab a little bit more. This one does have that taupiness to it that only this one has right here. He obviously sat down and put a lot of thought into this to make sure that they weren't the same, because even though this color and this color are similar taupes, this one has a much more pigmented base. Now I'm gonna swatch this one right here. Oh, wow, these are beautiful. This is the one that I have on my eyelids right now. So if you're wondering if they're different enough, these shimmers, they have that sheer dry texture and they feel almost like dust in the pan. When you swipe your finger on it, they feel dusty, they feel dry. These are ultra fine, loosely bound micro glitter particles that sit weightlessly on the lid. These are perfect for layering, so they're often referred to as toppers because you can put them on top of any shade and they just add this delicate, light catching, ethereal twinkle on the eyes. For this look, I used these two right here and then this one on top to add the sparkles. So if you missed out on Ethereal Eyes and you really wanted that shimmer, well, you're gonna be very happy with this palette. Let's check in on the foundation. So Fenty Patrick Ta. Look at the difference in glow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is way too much in my opinion. The next product that I want to show is a bronzer. I'm such a sucker for packaging. I got the YSL bronzer that I keep hearing rave reviews about, but I think I'm gonna have to set my face a little bit with powders. I'm gonna use my Givenchy original formula powder. You're probably hearing Binky barking. She's super excited because my mom and my sister just got here. Today is gonna be decorating tree day. This is gonna be kind of just a very, very quick setting here. So Binky, she is extremely excited because her grandma feeds her way too much, gives her people food. Does that happen with you, your family, and your dogs, where you try to be strict about, let's say, not feeding them while you're sitting at the table, so they don't learn that it's okay to beg when people are eating? But that goes all out the window when my mom comes over. She actually brings slices of turkey specifically for Binky. So Binky is thrilled right now. Okay, so some light setting. Look, this foundation is so expensive. I think it's like $58. It shouldn't require too much work to make it look nice. Okay, so let's open this up. Unfortunately, this is not one of the products that Sephora gifted me. The packaging, I think, is what really grabbed me with this one. But, ooh, oh wow. Okay, this is on another level. So fancy. Feels like a designer clutch almost. Wow. I am hoping that this is not too warm, that it's not too pigmented. I want this to be like an everyday bronzer for me. The texture is very silky and it doesn't appear to be too warm. And even though I already set my face, I feel like I am gonna inevitably get foundation on the brush since it's so wet. Let's see. I don't know if this is a little bit too light. But I don't feel that the powder is getting eaten up by the foundation. It is taming the foundation down. It's saying, okay, now you're gonna set. I'm gonna make you set. Yeah, ooh. I like it. It does look very natural, right? And man, the packaging, wow. Last but not least is a mascara that was not on my radar. This is one of the products that Sephora sent me. Refi Lash Sculpting, Lash Sculpt Mascara. The only thing that I've seen about this mascara that made me a little bit curious about it was its wand. Like, what is going on here? It looks kind of crazy, right? Is this genius or is this more like gimmicky? I did use it today. I think this is a learning curve. I do like the lift that it gave my lashes. It gave them separation. Yeah, I like that it gave them separation without looking too spidery. I'm still undecided about this shape because I found it hard to grab the innermost lashes. I don't know. I'll keep testing it, but more than the wand shape that I want to have final thoughts about, what I want to know is how easy is it to take off? Because at the end of the day, I really dislike having to deal with a mascara that is hard to take off. I will pin a comment and I'll let you know there how everything wore. I feel zero tackiness on the areas where I put the bronzer. I skipped this area with the powders and it feels, this is sticky, whereas the Fenty one is not. There is a 1 out of 10 tackiness on this side, and on this side, this is more like a 5. 5 out of 10, 6. 6 out of 10. If you're liking this video, remember to give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. Consider subscribing so you don't miss future content, part 2 and part 3 of this haul, and also my final thoughts in the form of a makeup updates video. I'm gonna go decorate the tree and put on the Christmas music. Bye.